Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the weekly project update. It is Monday, July 15th. July 15th marks the 16-year anniversary of the Mozilla Foundation, so I thought I would share that with you all, celebrating another year past. And as we normally do, going to open the meeting with Friends of Mozilla. The Mozilla Tech Speakers team would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the following tech speakers who spoke at different conferences and events last week. Andre Mazur, Rocky Sharma, Trishul Goel, and Guy Nesher delivered awesome talks at Full Stack London. Additionally, Jayesh KR delivered a Rust briefing on the popular Rust meetup in Pune, India. Thank you all for helping spread the good word about Mozilla and the open web. Let's give a round of applause to our tech speakers. And with that, we move on to events. Wednesday, July 17th. MozFest Brown Bag at 11:30. Join Christina Gore for a quick update and Q&A session on MozFest's 10th anniversary book. There's contact information if you need an invite. You should already have one in your inbox, but check the wiki page for contact information for an invite. Also Wednesday, July 17th, we had the ET Speaker Series with Casey Feisler, Growing Their Own, What We Can Learn from a Community-Driven Development of Archive of Our Own. That's Wednesday, July 17th at 10 a.m., hosted in Mountain View and broadcast on Airmo and YouTube. So check out further information in the wiki and join us this Wednesday for ET Series. Next week, we have, I think we have a little more in here. Let me reload to make sure I didn't miss something. I think I did. Thursday, July 18th, we have the Homebrew Website Club in Brighton, England, and a new installation in Barnsley, England, starting at 8 BST. Information, details, and RSVP are located in the wiki agenda. Next week, MozFest call for proposals are due August 1st. We want your amazing session ideas. Learn more and apply to be a session facilitator at this year's MozFest at mozfestival.org/proposals. Let's see, I think with that we move on to our speakers for the week. And this week up, our first speaker is Ali, coming to us with the Emerging Technologies Weekly Update.
Thank you. We have a set of updates this week from ET. The first is talking about #1 developer program, which is a KR for the developer relations team at Mozilla. Each year, a company called Slashdata does a survey of around 20,000 developers around the world who write code for a whole host of things, not just the web, but also including IoT, cloud, etc. And they benchmark the performance of developer programs at companies across the industry. So Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, as well as smaller companies like Unity. They just announced the results from their most recent survey, which was for the last half of 2018. And Mozilla actually has greatly increased our performance. I'm really excited about this because it's part of my team. We are the #1 program in 5 categories, including maintaining our lead in documentation, where Mozilla actually comes in the highest score of any category of any company. It's kind of exciting. But also, we significantly improved our performance in areas like blog and newsletters, where we moved into #1. We were rated #1 in 5 categories, which is pretty impressive considering the competition we have. Quoting from their awards recap, arguably the most spectacular jump in performance is Mozilla. Mozilla's engagement has risen constantly over the past 5 surveys, from 37% in 2016 to 56% in Q4 of 2018. Developer satisfaction with Mozilla has similarly jumped from -10 to +15 in that period. And this really just is not just the developer relations team, but everyone at Mozilla, from employees to volunteers, who do work that is designed for developers or reaches developers, because this encompasses Firefox, it encompasses our Web of Things, it encompasses all of our mixed reality, as well as all the rest of the work that our developer relations teams does. So I think there's big applause for everyone at Mozilla who does this kind of outreach. Tickets for Mozilla's ViewSource conference have gone on sale. This is September 30th through October 1st in Amsterdam. You can see the event schedule and speakers on our website. We'll have talks, panels, demos. We'll also be recording 2 popular external podcasts on site. This event is focusing on the web platform and is being presented in cooperation with Microsoft, Google, Samsung, and W3C, as well as a whole host of others. It should be a great event. So if you are interested in tickets, please sign up. And also help us spread the word so that we can make sure we have a full group of folks learning about how we think the web platform should be built. Catching up via video, so we just got video from CSSConf EU and JSConf EU posted. So Mozilla's Javi Huffman had presented a great talk about In the Land of JavaScripters. There are also some really interesting talks around the economics of open source and the shape of the web. You can see these on their speaker webpage. And that is our update for this week.
Thank you, Ali. Next up, we have Andrew Krug coming to us with the Weekly Minute. Roll video, please.
The Weekly Minute Update, where we tell you all the things IT is doing to empower Mozillians in their mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. 4 updates in this week's Minute. Last week, thanks to a collaboration between AVOps and the InfoSec team, we rolled out a patch to all Zoom clients to take care of a severe vulnerability that allowed a malicious website the ability to start a video meeting. Scary. Zoom released a patch for this on July the 9th. If you've not updated your Zoom clients, please do immediately. If you're interested in some additional ways to keep yourself safe on video conferences, I've added a few tips from the AVOps team on how to stay safe to the IT Minute Wiki. Feel as though you might be the victim of a conferencing attack, please report it immediately to #AVOps on Slack or email foxsignal@mozilla.com. Unrelated, the AVOps team will finish the rollout of Zoom Rooms in the Paris office from July 23rd to August the 9th, 2019. Next up is a quick update from the IT Data and Analytics team. They're making great progress rolling out the new customer data platform on Google Cloud. To date, they've captured FXA data, shared data with the marketing team, integrated with Salesforce for the Trailhead launch, and this week we'll be rolling out some machine learning for the first time to better understand our user behaviors in Firefox. So congrats to the IT Data and Analytics team. Finally, beginning tomorrow, July 16th, the legacy phonebook, phonebook.mozilla.org, will start redirecting to people.mozilla.org, or as you may know it, project codename Dino Park. For the best user experience possible, make sure you visit people.mozilla.org and update your user profile with all the pertinent information about you and what you do at Mozilla. Questions about that can go to #IAM on Slack. That's the Minute. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Andrew. Exciting stuff with the Dino Park people.mozilla.org coming to fruition after many years worth of work and effort to join our internal phone book with our community directory. Next up, we have me, Asa Dotzler, coming to you with the weekly Firefox update. Let me get my notes up. Firefox 68 is our current stable release. 68 shipped to our release audience on July 9th and offers users new features like optional crypto mining and fingerprinting protection in the browser, a full-page color contrast audit in the dev tools, and WebAuthn support on Fennec. Firefox 69 is in the beta channel, and that ships to our stable release on September 3rd. Firefox 70 has been in the nightly channel for 1 week, and in that time there have been about 450 fixes landed. It's the opening week for Firefox 70, so many things that were held back during the soft code freeze had an opportunity to land in this last week, including some of these notable changes. Firefox in Windows High Contrast mode now uses system link colors, improving readability greatly. This is an important fix for accessibility, making it so that links are high contrast in high contrast mode. The What's New panel has landed, though it's still behind a preference. The old content blocking UI tour has been removed. Firefox can now suggest securely generated passwords from the context menu and autocomplete on supported sites. So if a site uses type equals new password, we offer autocomplete with a securely generated Firefox password. The protection report, available in About::Protections, now has real data and a Lockwise section. Locally saved browser logins indicate if the login was part of a data breach. This is further integration of our Firefox Monitor into Firefox. Exciting stuff there. About Performance now shows a graphic in addition to the severity and number for the relative energy impact of tabs. It's like a bar chart for your energy impact. ETP cookie tracking restrictions has been enabled for all GeckoView apps as well as Fennec. So we have tracking protection enabled by default on all of our mobile GeckoView and Fennec product. The JavaScript baseline interpreter has been enabled in Firefox. And content blocking information now shows up in the protections panel, which you can see in Nightly by alt-clicking the site identity area of the address bar, which shows you our protections panel with content blocking information. That's it for this week's Firefox Weekly Update. Next up, we have Harold here with a DevTools update. Harold, take it away.
Hi. So DevTools team has been shipping a few things and a few work-in-progress items landed here. So on Dev Edition, you can try out the new DOM Event Listener panel, which just shipped within 69, now in beta. It allows you to pause on any event type, so you don't have to know your handler, you don't have to go into code, just click a checkbox, and the next thing you know, you pause in a keyboard handler, in this case. We have the multi-line editor on Nightly behind the pref. So if you trigger Command B or Control B on Windows, you can get into the new Scratchpad-like multi-line mode. This is our first step to removing the Scratchpad, because it has been non-maintained as using Zool. So in kind of innovating, allowing you to new ways to work in the editor. Long time coming, and often requested from users, is the WebSocket Messenger Inspector. So in the network panel, in this case, you can just click on a WebSocket and then your messages panel. You can see all the data coming in. Has been often requested in surveys and other places. So we're super excited to have this out. Another last work in progress is the pause on DOM mutation, similar to event handlers. You can go into the inspector, click an item, and you can pause when anything happens to that. So this should help a lot in Firefox front development, but also just make any front-end work easier. And that's it. See you next week.
Thank you, Harold. Some exciting updates coming to the DevTools. Going to do a quick refresh to see if anything else has come on the agenda. It doesn't look like it, so with that we move to our closing section, which is to say hello to some new Mozillians. And we have an introduction coming to us from Toronto. Janet, it's all you.
Hi, I'm Janet, and I would like to introduce Anna Medinas. She is joining us here from Toronto as a product manager, reporting to Alex Davis, who unfortunately couldn't be here.
Well, welcome, Anna. One more refresh to see if anything else has come on. It doesn't look like it. Do we have any last-minute additions to the agenda? Any new introductions? Give it a couple of seconds. All right. With that, we are all wrapped up for the week. We'll see you next week at the same time, same place. Until then, keep on rocking the free web.